Which was the first mini convention?
1971
Can you just pull that up?
1971 Scale Park. We had approximately 105 there. Morris was flying, and we get 3 figures.
What did he do?
He was chairman, I was kind of the organiser. 1972 was the second one, and it went up to 150. Morris was still popping.
And there was that skill.
That was a scale board. 1973 was the third one.
Sorry, how many were there? It was 72.
72 was about 150. It went up about 50 each year. From about 105 to 150 approximately. 73 it went up to, it was just short of 200.
Yeah, that was a skill.
That was a scale board. They laid on a lunch for us.
Yeah.
They also did sandwiches and tea at the end. Yeah. And we used to get the staff club for a disco afterwards, which used to attract about 8. Yeah. Well, absolute flop.
Going back to the 72 one, who was the chairman then of that convention? Were you the organiser, the convener?
I was the backstage one.
Yeah.
Seems to remember a lady called Rita, certainly chaired one of them. I'm not sure.
You had no idea about the 73 one?
We had it, the usual thing, morning session and then...
Right, I was just going to ask you about that. What was the format?
Yeah, then we had the quickly speakers in the afternoon. Yeah. It was kind of 3 or 4 shared in the morning.
Alcoholics?
Yeah. Oh, it's all alcoholics on Leeds. Because I got into a lot of trouble not to put alcohol speakers on. I'm sorry.
And then in the afternoon?
It was an open meeting, and we had some 10-minute shares.
All alcoholics?
Yes, on those 3.
Yeah. And why wouldn't they, I mean, say,
There's traditions, there's an AA gathering.
but there's Aldo members now, isn't there?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, 1974 was at Boddington Hall, because Scaleboard couldn't cope with our forecast figure of 250.
Yeah.
And we took it to Boddington. I started it off.
Were you convener?
I started off as convener, and due to, shall I say, slight resignation of my membership, I handed it over to Eric Pickard. And he was coming on as convener. They were taking over from me, and he took it over. He went through all the things with me, and then he took it on and finished it off.
Who's Eric Pay?
He's dead.
He's dead now, Eric. He's dead for a long time, isn't he?
He died of heart attack in 1976.
Quite a long time.
How long have you been in the fellowship?
Well, he's with us still. He's
Yeah.
with us still a very big
Alice's
fan.
friend.
I was going to say, it's not Alice's name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dorothy.
Dorothy, yeah. Dorothy could give you the gen on
Oh,
everything.
yes. Oh, Eric.
You ask Alice.
Yeah.
And it was about that time that there was a bit of a hoo-ha about the national convention down south. It was costing too much. And we then split it into the Northern Convention, Southern Convention, as we're going now.
Oh,
Down there and
yeah, sorry. So, I don't know this.
Yeah, yes.
Was there just one national convention once upon a time?
Selseyville, there was one, and it was getting more and more expensive, plus the travel costs. And we suggested we had one in the north,
Yeah.
which is now Southport. But it started off at Scarborough. The first two were at Scarborough.
No.
So,
Not Blackpool. I didn't
No.
say not the word, I said
No.
not Blackpool.
the first two were at Scarborough. In the big, that Butlins.
Grand Hotel.
Grand Hotel. And the initial committee was Alice, Morris and myself.
Yeah.
Morris was chair, Alice looked after reception, and I was the steward.
And what about Peter? Peter was on the desk, wasn't he?
I think Peter would be co-opted on by Alice.
Yeah,
Alice ran that
that's
side.
what year was that?
I think it was 74, 75. He was well, you can backtrack.
Yeah.
The first two, at the Northern Convention out Southport, were held at Scarborough. And we then took it to Blackpool. And the West Riding held the first Blackpool one, certainly, and possibly the second Blackpool one. I think we were responsible for the first two. And then we handed it over to the North West and it's been there ever since.
And now Birmingham.
Yeah, but it's back.
Birmingham coming.
Birmingham
Yeah.
coming,
Yeah.
there's three regions involved with it now.
Mm.
Is that
The north,
Yeah.
there's north east, north west and Birmingham.
Well, it was run by the West Riding Intergroup.
At
Yeah.
first,
First four,
and then north west.
North West Intergroup, I think it was.
Yeah, I thought that.
And what's happened after that, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what's happened. Sorry, you said that in 70, there were first two another convention in Scarborough, 74, 75, and there was yourself, Morris and Alice. What did Morris do?
Morris was chairman.
Yeah.
Then Alice and myself were, we were kind of the negotiating committee to start with. And Morris stayed as chair. When it actually took place, I was steward.
Yeah.
You know, make sure the bar was stopped with the microphones worked. About the same time as you know.
So Peter T was doing that
This is what.
because he came to me and said,
Yeah.
my first job, if you could get a hair job,
Yeah, Peter T was here. You see, they came in after we got it all set up. Then the other members, obviously, the three of us didn't run it. We kind of negotiated it and took on certain jobs.
Well, what year was it when I did it at Blackpool with you? When I did the rapper and the speakers.
That would be possibly 76 or 77. You'll need to check these dates, but they're fairly accurate.
Because you see, another time you were chairing after the Boddington Hall convention, and I was 10-minute speaker, and I took the kitchen timer, so I wouldn't do more than 9 minutes, because you said 9 minutes. And I was stupid enough to take the kitchen timer, but you were chairing that time.
I wasn't on Wellington at all. The chairman, I can remember this, it was Bob Bradford, the chap who used to be a monk. Remember Bob?
I don't remember that.
It's in the Bradford groups, and he used to go a lot.
really
Yeah,
really funny, wasn't it?
yeah, that's it.
Brilliant.
He was chairing it, and that's a convention where Alan of Speakers came to the platform for the first time.
Well, Bill of Hull was there. He was, and Sybil, Nora was in the morning meeting, and Sybil was in the morning meeting.
I know Olga was one of the first Alan of Speakers. She was on the platform, definitely.
And Bob from Newcastle was chairing that morning meeting, and he killed himself later.
It could have been. I can remember Bob from Bradford in the afternoon when we shared. But when you do the job like this, you really know like move off the fly, making sure the bike's
I know you said to me,
Who was the chairman in the morning then?
a man called Bob from Newcastle.
So there were Bob from Bradford and Bob from Newcastle.
Well, as far I don't remember Bob from Bradford.
Oh, I do.
No, yeah, well, okay.
I remember him sitting on the left as you look at the platform, or the right.
Yeah, you must have been convener because you must have asked Pickles. Eric sent me a letter, which I thought was fantastic. For anybody to send you a letter to ask you to share for 10 minutes. Oh, it was very polite.
Oh yeah.
It was a lovely lesson. And so you must have been the convener.
Well, I was, and I did all through it.
After, when you went to Durham, you had your terrible slip.
And so that was the first one to see Al-Anon members on the
That's the first one I recall.
round here.
Yes.
And all these were West Riding Intergroup
They're all organised by West Riding Intergroup.
mini conventions.
You see, I mean, Sybil was from Darlington, but she shared, and he was from Newcastle as well. He chaired. So we couldn't have got, oh,
There was a preacher as well. Who went to Australia and Newcastle.
Now we were there at Bonington then.
Oh, we got 250, 300, I would think.
Really?
Oh yeah. It was growing. It was on a roll. As I say, it started in 71 with about 100.
Yeah.
From 74 we're to about 300. And then after that, I'm not sure why, we had one or two at St Margaret's in Alton.
oh, that was later.
That was late, yeah.
Yeah. We went down to the blind school,
By the
Wait a
dispensary.
minute.
St Henry House.
Yes, we did.
So, we got up to 74 then.
Let's leave Boddington,
Yes.
because it's too expensive.
We must have been up to 75.
Yeah.
We got over that
No, wait a minute. Didn't Peter T do the raffle in the Northern Convention?
Yes, Northern Convention.
Yes, he did.
one. We
Yes,
must
he
have been
did.
75. That's the one
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, yeah, the first two were at Scarborough. First two Northern Conventions in Scarborough, 74 and 75.
And you were at Blackpool in 76.
No, I'm just talking about this one. I know
Scarborough.
That, Scarborough. I
Yeah.
know that first, I'd only been in a couple of months and Peter asked me if I could get something.
Yeah.
So then,
Yeah, so that's 74, 75 with Arthur, wasn't it?
And Denise,
yes, and I joined
Denise,
75, so it
Yes.
must have been the back end of 72. I joined in February, so it must have been.
and Denise shared
That's
that.
about April.
Yeah, right. So we're up to 75. Was there a West Riding Intergroup mini convention?
Yes, we've had one every year.
Yeah, but was the one in 75?
Yeah.
After Bonington Hall?
Yes, I think that's when we came up with the deck.
I have a feeling that the 75 was in March. I have a letter from people in March. Asking, so they didn't have it in, they might have had it up about 74 because I didn't come into 1st of August 74. But I know after that, Eric wrote me that letter and it was for March 75. Yeah. So,
What, the next West Riding one?
yeah, that was March. And then we went back, then we went to September, the year after.
Was that the Normans?
That was in September, the St Henry House.
That was in September.
Yeah,
What was
because we started, remember, we started in September, having an every September.
So was the touring one year?
No, we'd only have one.
We don't have one.
So where was 75's held? The one that perhaps was in March?
That was Boddington.
Oh, so it
Yeah.
was twice in Bonington?
No,
No, we had once in Bonington.
yeah,
71, 72, 73,
Scaleboard.
Scaleboard. 74, Bonington.
Yeah.
Now, 75, I think he went to the line.
Well, I can only go by my diary for that. And I have to dig it out. Because I don't remember writing about it.
Well, I'm going by the fact that I had an old map
Mm,
and I shifted a load of stuff. Remember Peter, the painter?
yeah.
He was little with his
Oh, yes, they did some good paintings.
That's
You
right.
remember
Well,
it.
I used to pick all this stuff up in this van.
Yeah,
And I picked the van up. I bought the van in 75, I think it was, or 76. So we were certainly doing
Centenary House.
Centenary outside. Yeah, well, I was feeling that
I did one there.
I can remember handing over to Roy, and I went down with the stuff to dress the place up. And everything had fallen apart. His committee were loggerheads, full of orange juice and tea and that. And he's marching up and all smoking. So I've not said any rip yourself now.
Peter did one mini convention there, and then I did the next one.
I certainly did one.
Yeah, so we've done 3 then. You did one, Peter did one,
Yeah.
and I did one.
And Roy did it as well. Yes, he did.
At Centenary House. Now, so did he do the 75 then?
Are you sure he finished it?
I had to take it.
I know, and this is what I mean, because he was a bit nervous and
He just
right.
went to pieces
Yeah,
the
yeah.
night before on Saturday night.
Yeah, so he didn't. So, he
So
was
75, 76 could have been mine.
yeah, because it was much later I did one.
I think since 75,
76, I think I was child of Centenary House.
right. So,
And then
76, John at Centenary House. But who did 75?
Peter.
Peter?
He,
how did you do it?
he did one.
You really do it.
Eric. No, he did the Boddington
I
one.
know he probably said it. Did he do the
No, because he died.
Was he dead?
Oh yeah. He went into the St James's Hospital.
What, 76?
It might be 77, but
Well,
he
75.
never did another convention.
This is what we're trying to sort out. Who did and where was the 75 convention?
It was it must have been Centenary House.
It must have been because we were there for a little while, weren't we? He went from there to St Margaret's.
Wait a minute. Now, you're losing me.
Well,
When is-
you got me down to Centenary House.
Stayed there for a while.
Yeah, at Centenary House.
Yeah.
And then we
Jerry
went
did one of
forward.
those.
Hold on.
Jerry did one of those.
Didn't Denise do one?
No, Jerry did one, and I was the treasurer on that one. So I think that was the last one they had at St. Because he got a bit funny with the caretaker about the rubbish.
Yes, he did.
And they hadn't emptied when we set that up. They hadn't emptied all the bins from the previous one, so we set up with 4 bins and with nowhere to put anything. And then we got left for a lot.
Yeah.
And then after that,
The Blue Palace.
the one had
That's right. So we had to
He
find
was
another
very well
venue.
for that kind
He
of
was.
stuff. He was in the streets.
So,
What year that was, but Jerry did it.
I'm sure it must have gone up to about 1908.
so right, go. I'm still on 75.
Yeah.
At Centenary House, perhaps Eric P.
Was that Eric P on the south? And 76 could have had. I was either 75 or 76.
No.
The possibility of Eric
Yeah.
being 75.
Yeah.
There's a lot to choose from.
There wasn't shit. If you didn't get your eyes to the ground, you got the job.
Yeah.
So you did more chance of doing 76.
I would think so.
Yeah. And that was at Centenary House. You don't know how many turned up.
Ooh, it was a big hit, wasn't it?
No, it's 200.
Do it more than two.
Okay, 250. We always did well with the money.
It was a huge meeting, and it was pretty well full. And we took a
Then
lot.
we started to talk about fire.
You talk about probably 300.
Do we? Okay.
I don't think so.
And 77, was that Centenary House again?
Yes, well, if I'd done 76, then it would be Roy. So I'm sure
Yeah.
Roy took one from me.
I did it.
Well, I did.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I did.
Let's concentrate on the year, 77.
I think it would probably be Roy. 77.
Yeah.
Roy from Pudsey.
That's it. Yeah, with a dog.
I only went through reading it. And so 78 would more than likely be
Peter.
Peter.
T.
Peter T did 78. And that was at Centenary House again. 79?
Yeah, I think I did something.
And I think
At Centenary.
And I
80 was ID, because my ID they went by the way from halfway through.
That's right.
Right. So 80, again at Centenary House.
Yeah.
And Ibiza, another year. Ibiza.
Yeah, what did you say?
Jerry and what do you call
That's
it?
right.
To go out and work and all got it.
That girl that did the food. Oh, yes, that was that time.
Very long ago. Yeah, and he went with Jerry and
Yeah.
the nice word, but you know, I don't know
Well, it's just personality clashes, isn't it?
and Jerry took them.
Yeah.
I couldn't be very boring and take you back to the beginning, could you? You don't know any themes, do you?
Police convention. No.
I remember one, Courage to Change.
Those was
That was
the same as we've got now, weren't they?
Well, yeah, they're all copied, weren't they?
They're all
I
copied.
mean, somebody,
the big one.
just now, they did Courage to Change.
Yeah.
Well, Morris did that, donkeys used to do Courage to Change.
There is no originality thing in it.
Yeah.
And you'd hear them all repeated,
Yeah.
as they are now.
You couldn't think, the one that you did, 79.
No, not. I mean, I will go through the diaries. I've been in the wardrobe and I'm closing it now. But I shall go through my diaries because
I'm just wondering, I never keep a diary. I'm just wondering, well, I keep a business one, but Chris has.
I think it's you know that
She puts
someone got
things
me
down.
diaries for years, and I
She
found
might
it
just have
something in it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Or
interesting.
even something that you associate with that particular
Yes.
thing. You think, oh, that was it, because I remember we went to say Buffalo and
You know, I think she would put in Jamie information, you know.
Yeah. Yes, there you are. I mean, Jackie rang me up.
Yeah, it's recorded my first AA meeting in the diaries.
Yes.
Jay went to AA, she was like, these and so.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be short time.
Jackie and Jackie rang me up and asked me about something to do with the self and the recovery. I found it in my diary. So,
Was 1980 the last one at Centenary House?
I think it went from there
it was
to.
the time when we were doing that building, that multiple meetings.
Yeah, well that's, I've got that,
Have you got that?
I've got that penciled
Because
in
we
for
never
the
went.
question.
We never went.
No, no, yeah. So,
I think after that I went to some else.
Well, that was Morris, St Margaret's Hall, at Horsham.
yeah, so about 81.
I
Yeah.
would be about 80 years. And I'm lost after that, so. I think there were two there.
Yeah. And we were at Swarthmore.
Wait a minute, whoa, no, that was,
That was the 90s.
yeah, that one. So that was 81, 82, what did you say?
I think there were there.
Both at St Margaret's, Horsforth. Any advance on last one at 82? Anybody have any ideas about 83?
Not until I get out of bed, because I don't miss them. So,
I'm making you bloody work tonight.
Didn't we have some at Country Road?
no, we had that 40th anniversary. What the? Oh, that was West Yorkshire. And in November they had theirs, November the 11th.
Well, the mini conventions go
It's from St Margaret's. We had it at Swarthmore. You remember Swarthmore Centre? And that was a really good, you said you remember that one.
Yeah, but that was
That was,
90.
yeah,
That was about
where
1990.
we've been in between, in the 80s.
After 82.
I shall say, I'll have to get the diary out. The diary is 82 to 90. If I look for it. I will do, Joe.
Yeah?
Because we've had one every year.
Is there anything else?
The
Is there-
minutes to the minutes.
Yeah, well, that's what we haven't got, you see. This is what this is filling in, because we haven't got the minutes from the various mini-convention meetings.
No, but
We
you've got the
might-
minutes to the intergroup,
Oh, yeah.
and they will say where it is.
There used to be a folder at the time,
Yeah, that's
with the minutes.
done by the wayside.
Is it?
Yeah. I'll tell you where it went after St Margaret's, Scarborough.
Oh, yes. Once or
No, I
twice.
haven't been.
Yes. Once or twice it went to
Yeah.
Scarborough.
About 2 or 3 years ago on the top of Scarborough.
Yeah. And I went with Ernest because he helped with the Al-Anon bit.
So who done it in Scarborough?
We are on the email.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we used to stay the night. I went over and stayed the night.
You'll know that.
Because it was only it's a one-day convention.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. We used to have a meeting in Scarborough and then for the night and then go to the next meeting. So it was
Can we switch tack? Has everybody finished their mini conventions?
Yeah.
Can we switch tack to Intergroup? So, were you around when Intergroup, the first idea of Intergroup got started?
I was on the first committee.
Right, start from there.
Well, I'm not sure the year. You probably got the year when the first interview came in. But Morris and Idle John summoned us all to York on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Told us the AGNRC was finished. Now we're in an intergroup. It's got to get together. Get our fingers out. Which we did. And that comprised of about 7 groups, I think, at the time. There was York Sunday. I think, well, I'm not 100% sure, Leeds Monday. Otley Tuesday. Yeah. Well, certainly was Otley Tuesday. I'm not sure when Wednesday was. Leeds was Thursday. Bradford was Friday. Huddersfield was Saturday. And York was Sunday.
No,
Sheffield.
they weren't in
Yeah.
They were underground with Sheffield.
Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday.
That's street and then two
Yeah.
others.
The first chairman was American Bob.
And this was of the new West Riding Intergroup.
Yes. He was a chairman, and the meeting was held in his house at 2 weeks. I should went to
What, the whole Intergroup meeting?
7 groups.
Of course. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4,
We sat
5.
them there.
In fact, your GSRs were in actual fact your group secretaries. In the case of often, the secretaries showed the treasurer.
Yeah, so the first meeting of the Intergroup, and the Intergroup were York Sunday, Leeds Monday, Otley, Bradford.
I don't know, there was a meeting, was it 6 nights a week?
Did the Leeds Thursday, sure.
Oh, Leeds Thursday,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Bradford Friday, Huddersfield Saturday,
Yeah.
that was up Greenhead Road, and York Sunday.
Yeah, Golden Fan.
That was your complete number of groups in
1,
West
2,
Riding.
3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
Well, neat.
Start
That's
to.
comparatively good, that was.
It started after I got here.
Can you remember
It
the,
was when I think it was when I started 75.
Morris started it.
Down the suit building room when we were in there.
That was each Thursday.
And Saturday. And Saturday.
Saturday was an opening time.
Yeah. I remember a man.
Oh, but that Saturday group
What was that?
was not about when this group started.
Oh, no, it wasn't. No.
No.
It's one time.
That's about 20.
1975.
Yeah, it's about 20 years. About 20 years ago, isn't it? 20 years ago. Well, so back a long way.
Yeah.
An interview. The Bob, the original Bob was chairman.
yeah,
Elvina was secretary. There was myself, Walker, Rita and Rackle. There was Jimmy, Machine.
Leeds Thursday. It would have been Alice's and
Alice was in London then, wasn't she? She was.
Who came from York Sunday then? Nobody.
No, never
It
did.
was formed, it was formed in York, we've never had an attendance since. There's nobody from York, so they never participated.
I wanted to stay on Thomas.
That's right. Elvina stayed secretary for 2 meetings. And when we had any minutes after the 2 meetings, it was decided not to have the secretary. She was rather upset.
That was when she told me that they destroyed it.
Yes, that's right. We hadn't actually, but we just pointed out that
No.
one should do minutes.
Yeah.
You know, for the record, she hadn't. Rita, from Blackburn, I think, became secretary. I think I followed Rita.
I thought Morris took over.
No, Bob was secretary for one, chairman for one. When Morris became chairman, I became secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I became secretary. I've done 2 stints.
Yeah.
I've been secretary to Morris.
Morris has been secretary to you.
No,
No. Been chairman, so.
no, Morris doesn't come down there.
I think we,
Alright, when you were chairman, who was secretary? I came chairman after you. Who came?
No, forget me as chairman. Forget me as chairman for a minute. I was Morris's secretary, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I was Alice's secretary.
Yeah.
And then
Alice was chairman.
And then Peter T followed her.
Yeah.
I followed Peter T.
And I
You
followed you.
me.
Yeah. And
Was
then
it Christian?
Joe. Eddie followed me.
Eddie followed you, so Christine followed.
Eddie, that's good. We're getting some continuity.
sorry, can you just go through that again? So,
Well, I was secretary.
so American Bob was
Chairman.
Chairman.
first chairman.
Yeah.
So the second was,
I'm not sure. What was the date that interview formed? Have you got a date?
we have got the,
Morris knew that anyway, didn't
we've got papers on.
Would be 59.
No, it's 60s.
62?
60s.
No, it wasn't 62.
No, I'm only guessing.
No, you're probably talking about 66 or 67.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 66, 67. Yeah. Or thereabouts, it was mid to late 60s.
Because it was very small.
I know. What did I
Do you
say?
remember when you were chairman? Chairman in the 80s, weren't you? The early 80s, because I was judging when you was chairman. So if you could diagnose that, when you were chairman, you might be
I was secretary. in 74. I'm sure I was with Morris. So I was secretary for 72, 73, 74.
Yeah.
Certainly 73, 74.
Because it's 3 years at a time.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's 3 years,
I
so.
think about 72. Yeah.
So who was your chairman in 72 then?
And Morris. And Morris was our chairman first. Yeah.
So it was chairman right through.
Alice was chairman when I came. I was in 74.
No, hang on.
So she was chairman in 71.
My father died in 75. I think 75, yeah. And Alice was chairman then. Because I remember it was an intergroup meeting, and the brother-in-law said, "Can you come over? He has he's ill." And I thought, how inconvenient, and I was into this. And I was trying to stay with the meeting, I was going over. And I'll go. And I went to the meeting first. I said to Alice, "I'm sorry, I'm going to give you a call," she said. My father's ill, and I got there today. I'm sure it's 75.
Peter was chairman, and the chairman was Peter. I remember it was Morris, Peter, and Alice sat at the end. She didn't sit at the top table, she sat with the audience. I remember Peter at the top table. So he must have been chairman.
Yeah, Peter was chairman.
That was 75.
Yes.
I do remember Alice being chairman as well.
Yeah, she's been chairman before. She's been chairman since.
75, 76, 77. I was chairman around 78.
Yes, you were.
I was just finishing when I came on.
That's right, you said
And in
everyone.
81 and 82, I think, or 80.
You must have been treasurer at the same time as me being chairman as well.
You just took over. You took over, and I was still on it.
So I remember you saying you
Alice-
wanted
you.
Alice was treasurer.
you wanted it ratified.
Yeah, Alice was treasurer for 1 to 2 years, wasn't she?
No more.
Alice was treasurer for a year.
5 years.
With me.
With you,
We
yes.
should tie up for 5 years.
Yeah.
Alice was treasurer for that.
I never knew. No, Peter was treasurer before that. Because Alice used to say that she was chasing it for the money.
I give up.
No, I don't.
I give up.
Well, we have to go by when somebody died and when. Typical that
Can
guy.
you digress from when I just said those dates then? When you were chairman. Now, if you can work back from there, you're going to get a starting point, aren't you? Who was chairman before you?
Yes, and he was chairman.
Peter.
Peter.
was chairman.
That was
before me.
it.
So that was 76, 77, 75, 76, 77.
He was chairman that
June
night,
78,
yes.
79, 80.
That first interview that I went.
Peter
It was
chair.
before 75 then. 72, 73, 74. Who was the fuck? 72, 73, 74.
I have a feeling that was Morris.
That was Morris.
Feeling it was Morris, yes.
Right. So now we want to get
In fact, I think Morris
Beyond
was
into
chairman
the
last
80s.
twice, isn't
Yeah, he's done chairman.
he? I've been secretary twice.
And he must have done
I think he's been chairman.
secretary twice.
So we're up to 80 now, Joe.
That would then Morris and you, Morris being chair and you being secretary, tile 72, 73, 74.
Peter,
Peter T,
74.
chairman 75, 76, 77.
Yeah.
Now that means that the secretary and the chairman changed at the same time, in the same
They
year.
used to change at the same time, and they decided to get the stagger into it because the whole top table was new.
Yes. You see, Alice was treasurer for Peter. And then when I became chairman, I asked her to stay on.
I know that Peter was treasurer and Alice was after the money. And
I definitely took over from Alice.
I was saying before I came in.
I hope you can work things out.
Peter Forder was the treasurer when I first took over as chairman. And after about 2 meetings, South Yorkshire Intergroup formed.
He left.
Yeah,
What year would that be?
that was the first year, I think, That was the first year I was chairman, so it would be 78.
Yeah.
Yeah. 78.
Well, 78, 79, 80.
No, they just fine, because I came on as treasurer, remember they voted me in. Derek and Martin.
Peter Ford was secretary, not treasurer, secretary.
In 78.
78.
He was there.
Yeah.
George was in.
And then I had a multitude of secretaries. Marjorie, Sue, they couldn't take the heat, could they? Because when they Bradford Mafia and all that. Sorry.
Was this Sue?
Sue C.
Sue C.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so there's a picture for me.
Yes.
Must have been, it was Morris, and then Gable came on as chairman, and then Morris did it.
That's right.
Well,
Morris
Morris-
was secretary when I was
Well,
chairman.
he must have taken up from Sue then.
And he did 3 years, as I did 3 years.
And then Gable came on.
Yeah, so Morris must have done my last year.
Yeah.
Secretary. That's right. Peter was secretary, and then we had Marjorie and Sue. They both buckled and was strong. And then Morris came on. And you came for last year, didn't you?
Morris came on as what?
Secretary.
Secretary.
Yes.
In 80. Your last year?
My last year, yes.
Yeah.
And I was treasurer.
Is there no minutes in these?
When I was chairman.
Well, when you get into the 80s there is, but there ain't that many in the 70s knocking around.
And it was at that time that the intergroup split up.
What was that, 80?
No.
They were definitely.
No, I brought up, I remember bringing up, we were going to resume it, and I remember saying, we've got 36 groups in the intergroup. It was in that downstairs room, 229.
Oh, 229.
Yeah. We've got 36 groups, each recommended 25. We should look at possibly breaking them up, or forming another intergroup. And Bradford then chased my tail. And used to give us swagger up to you're trying to get rid of us, South Yorkshire went, but they'd listened to it. And they went. There isn't 36 groups, 35. She acted on 35, 36, it's a general. No, this is the first one.
In the 70s, how many groups? Have you any idea how many groups?
There were.
Yeah.
As
it built up.
I'll tell you how to find out. Get the treasurer's book, the blog book. Because all the groups are in there now.
Research.
Has,
Because I gave it to George.
George has a stuffed stone for this town.
No,
George has it in his archive.
yeah, we've got it.
Oh, good.
There was a book, there was a big cash book, and there was a smaller book. And I gave him a smaller book when it was finished. It finished when I was there.
Just to see if you got it built
All
up.
the groups listed.
That book used to cause problems, didn't it? Because you wrote your balance sheet for it.
Yeah.
And if a group hadn't contributed, you used to put zero
You
return.
have to. It
And
was
you used to
all
put tight
double
about
what you call double bookkeeping that Alice.
Yeah.
And she taught me how to do it myself.
No, what I'm saying is a group who hadn't contributed will get very upset that their name will be published without contribution.
Yes.
So they all will be upset.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
And then ask when Alice was treasurer.
Well, she was treasurer when I came.
She was 5 years. 5 years. 3 years of Peter. It was in the first 2 years of me.
That's a great problem.
And I rang her up and I said, isn't it time you stop being treasurer in my nice quiet way? And she said, yes, when I get somebody who's reliable. And I said, well, I've got somebody. She said, who? So she said, yeah, certainly.
Oh, she.
No,
No, but it came up properly then, because Alice retired and I stood for it with Rita.
yeah. And then you wanted it
I
ratified.
always wanted Rita to get that.
Was that blonde Rita from Bradford?
Wine shop Rita.
Oh, wine shop, yeah. Rita.
And because Alice was sort of, you sort of sponsor somebody
Yes.
and then I came in. And Derek and all, and Mark and Bradford all voted for me.
You still wanted it ratified,
I did,
remember?
because just then that green paper came out. Remember the green
Yes,
paper?
the green paper with George and Peter and Morris.
All this.
Do you remember that?
I was told them to stop it.
Yes.
And they wanted to know whether
You know about that?
You could have a green paper in Parliament, and that's where it came from. George knew you could have a green
the gist
paper
of the
thing.
thing was, do you want to have another look at your officers and say whether you still want to keep them in? That was the...
Receptive. If that's how you want to do it, we'll all back out and leave it to you.
Yes.
But I don't just
Basically.
come on and sort of left me out of it. And that's why I said, well, I'd like my job, you still want me.
Yes. And that the play was very important that we, and I still think so, we have to have sober people to deal with the money.
What a special meeting for a green paper.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, go on,
Oh,
yeah.
the knives out.
Yeah.
So now most of us been
Well,
So
George is very
we've
efficient.
got it all, it's all documented.
George is
Yeah.
very efficient.
Yeah, but George, it wasn't accepted, it was kicked out and resignations occurred. George resigned, didn't
No.
he? Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
if it was on the paper, he did that.
Basically, what it was, two members who were
George.
mentioned.
Yes, it wasn't
People
George's fault.
set themselves up as the godfathers of the intergroup. And we said, if you're not happy with this, we do it.
It wasn't George's fault because George was the instrument.
I think George was really new at
It
this,
was new,
and I think he was used to dig.
but you see, he was very clever, wasn't he? At
He's
presenting.
as thick as a brick.
I think he's dead. He's very clever at presenting things, and on paper it just looked like Parliament.
Yeah.
I mean, and we were supposed to keep things reasonably simple. And it was, and I did like it though, I must say. I loved the green paper.
Well, it's funny because from what I understand of it, in
Well, you would say exactly the opposite of me because we never saw it. I didn't know this.
I don't know whoever did. I mean, there's nothing wrong with members not seeing eye to eye. I had to learn to be very, very open-minded about everything. You know, I mean, you know, I was very close-minded. I was very, you are the one for you, and I was very close-minded. Nothing, not very. You didn't
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
the thing is, you see, the West Riding guidelines were written by Morris.
Yes, yes,
Guidelines for the West Riding Intergroup.
yeah,
And we adopted them.
yes.
And they became the basis for the national guidelines. I believe.
Yeah,
Because Idle John said, I want some guidelines for the intergroup.
yeah.
And Morris prepared and it was accepted.
What did we call it? We don't call them guidelines, we called it,
It was guidelines.
yeah, but it was the word we used, it was like,
Constitute.
thank you. Yeah, it was the Constitution,
That's right.
our local Constitution.
But then when the national guidelines came in, we said, that's it.
Yeah.
Because you remember, the Mafia tried to win the win the way. Remember, what's the road? We want to ditch the national guidelines and go back to West Riding.
Oh, yeah.
I said, no, I'm not even going to discuss it.
Getting close to the time, John, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So I've virtually got a picture now from 72 to 80 of the officers, main officers, chairman, secretary and treasurer. The secretary, you don't have no idea who the secretary Peter T was?
No, but he'll tell you.
It would be Peter Ford, Peter F. Certainly for 2 years, or 1 year to 2 years. Because he came.
I was definitely treasurer when
She
I
was
came
treasurer.
in 75,
Yeah,
and that is when they did that.
Yeah,
previous.
I've got that there.
Peter was
Tried to
in.
get those offices.
Yeah.
75.
Oh, that's when Peter was.
And I think Peter's been treasurer at one time, before I
Who
was.
took over after you?
Chairman.
No, when you were secretary. Who took over from secretary from you in 75? You what? You didn't get to 76, you said.
He might have. Yes, yes, it could.
Because he was kind of up and coming.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Now that would make sense, because if he was their secretary for 1 year in 75, and then Peter Ford took over 76, 77 with Peter T as chairman, and then you,
Did a year with me.
and then they did a year with you. So that would make that 3 years.
It wouldn't be quite a year with me, I don't think, Peter, but it wasn't far off.
And then, do you know anybody who took over?
Marjorie.
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah.
And then Susie. I think they lasted about 18 months between. Probably was. But it was when he was at his most
We
evil.
did have it wasn't a place to have Sunday afternoon tea.
You know when you were secretary, 72, 73, 74, can you remember who was treasurer? No, she was 75 to 79.
It could have been.
Yes.
It could have been. Because yes, because didn't he use his favourite thing was covenants,
Yes.
and he was always plugging covenants.
I was involved in it, so we got money off the fellowship.
So Peter T treasurer, do you think?
Just
Yes.
one question, but I think he could be, yes.
And I will still tell you, because I remember her saying she wanted checks signed.
Yeah. Well, that's a good picture. I mean, so look at that. We've got all that page there, made up of all the offices there. Good. Anything else? No. Well, I mean, anything else? We've melted your bloody brain there.
Yeah.
Be tired.
Well, I've done, what do you call it? Publicist.
PI.
Yeah.
Yeah, when were you PI?
Well, that I can't.
We've got a lot of material when you were PI though.
Have you?
Yeah.
You did a lot for the BBC. Yeah, although you were running
On
round
a radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Going for years.
with all the material for the meetings.
Yeah, I remember photocopying stuff for you.
Oh, yeah.
For you to send
That
out.
was a really good range. And I wanted to go on TV.
I didn't work in the programs.
No, I know.
It was just
No.
announcements.
Yeah, well we.
Yeah.
Alice and Morris and me went down to Yorkshire TV.
Yeah, we did that on separate.
Yes.
Footage.
Yeah. Well, different things that happened. The schools were opening up.
That's right.
I went to Weatherby High. Boston Spa, yeah. King Henry's at Oxley. Course for school, I'm going there tomorrow. It's great.
Well, John, I'll be first to say thank you very much. You've look at that. All that is yours. It's all that.
You can swear
I don't think that's wrong.
No, I don't.
Where did
You don't swear.